Hey everyone, good morning there. This is April 3rd, 2025, and I have with me the new Smith & Wesson Metal HD. This is the stainless bottom. Quite a couple of different things about this gun. I ran it last night with 100 rounds of Gold Dot, the jacketed hollow point, and I ran about 300 rounds of Blazer Brass through this gun. And I'll be honest with you, out of all the Smiths I own, this one is very, very impressive. Yes, it is heavy. It's about 40 ounces. It's 39.6 or something like that. It's got good weight to it. It's not heavy. I was on the range last night for about 5 hours straight with it, and it did not get heavy in my hands, because I've kind of heard that from a couple of people saying that, but I don't notice that. I actually love this damn thing. It's got a nice comp on it, the pretty blue colors. I mean, the magwell's okay. I'm not a big fan of those, but I'm leaving it on this for this testing section, so to speak, because tonight I'll be back out at the range on a night course, running this thing again. Hopefully I can get another 300-400 rounds through it, which should be possible. But let's go ahead and go through some of this, because what you get with the gun is obviously the gun. No optic. I put that on there. You get, let me find them. I got them somewhere. You get 3 23-round magazines with it. You get the goofy knife. You get the little coin. I really don't care about those. You do get a thread protector with it. So if you want to take this comp off, you can do that. Last night I ran it without the comp. I ran the straight thread protector part, because this gun does not fit in Safariland holsters right now. All because of this. It's this bottom portion runs into the holster, because I have a 5-inch Safariland made for 5-inch Smiths, but this one doesn't fit because this is too wide, and figure that stuff out later. But there's a few internals on this gun that I found out were vastly different than any other M&P poly or even the metals. The internals on especially the trigger area are not compatible with any of the other guns. So bear with me for a few minutes, sorry. I'm going to pause this. We're going to take this all apart and I'll show you that stuff. The comp comes apart really easy. There's a set screw on top right there. And then you got this one on the side. They give you all the tools for it. You'll just unscrew the side one, unscrew the top one, twist it off. Pretty easy. So bear with. All right, we're back. Got it taken apart. Your slide is your typical M&P slide. It's 4 1/4. It's got the nice, It's got the nice lightning cuts here and on the side. I mean, it's just your typical run-of-the-mill M&P slide. The one thing I did notice a little different, on this one. It is different than some of the others. You know how the metal on the back here, where you have that little port that you can see your round in there. These are beveled out back here on some of the M&Ps. This one is not. It is straight. So when all that gas comes out, it blows it kind of forward versus in your optic glass, which I noticed that last night. It wasn't really dirty after all those rounds. But it's relatively your typical M&P slide. Looks like it would trade with any others. The barrel is your typical M&P barrel. It's kind of grooved there. It's kind of cool. Threaded. It's your typical M&P barrel. As your guide rod's a typical guide rod. It looks identical to the ones that I have in the polys. So let's move right over to the stainless frame. This has actually got some good weight to it. Your trigger here is all aluminum. It's not poly, plastic, whatever. The only thing that part is plastic is the little safety disengage right here, or the trigger blocker, I call it. That is plastic, but the rest of this is all aluminum, metal, whatever you want to call it, but it's not plastic. It's a nice trigger, but it is not compatible with any other M&P 2.0 trigger that I've seen. It kind of mimics the FPC a little bit. to where it's its own proprietary trigger. And let me get a light here. Inside the trigger, let me explain it to you real quick. Inside the trigger, on the typical M&P, you have your trigger bar that goes and it makes that little L frame for you to hook the spring on, and then the spring goes to your trigger pin. This doesn't have a spring on it. I'm going to take this apart later and we'll dive into what the trigger is. It's got like a bar, like a little solid steel bar that's shaped like a kind of like a fishing hook, and it goes in that trigger bar, so there is no spring in it. Let me get all this stuff out the way. It's hard to see, but right there you can see it right in there. If you look real close in the video, you can see that bar. It's kind of hard to get a good photo of it or a video. There you go, there's a good view of it. But that piece right inside there, you can see that little, get back to there, that little bar. So I'm not seeing a spring in this, and given the trigger design in there, it doesn't look like any of these others I've traded out, and I've traded out probably 30-40 of these triggers on different M&Ps. This one doesn't look anything like it. So I am going to attempt to put the thumb rest on this because I like those. I'm going to take one out of the regular polys I have, because all of mine have it. I'm going to try to put it in here. Not sure if it will fit given this style of gun and the way they built this, but we're going to try. I'm not going to force it or nothing, but we're going to try it. And the other thing about this one is right here, the mag release. It is the newer style to where you push in with a little screwdriver and twist it a quarter turn, and you can pull this right out. It does appear that it could go both ways. I have not tried that yet, but it is a nice metal or aluminum probably mag release. It works really good. I'm going to leave it the way they got it configured because I'm a right-handy and I can use that right-hand thumb to push it. Not a big deal. But everything else kind of, for lack of a better word, looks the same. I don't have my other gun over here, but even back here looks a little bit different than your standard M&P. But they've done their homework on this one. A couple of guys I work with actually refer to these as pretty much a competition gun. They were looking at it, and the weight of it, the feel of it, and the running of it is pretty much it's a race gun. That's how I see it. It's not anything like the others. And here's another thing that does change with this M&P Metal. The HD, I should say, because that's what is printed on here. So we'll refer to it as the Metal HD. Is that trigger reset is completely different than any other M&P I've ever owned. The other ones, you can actually pin it to the rear, go forward, and you'll feel the reset. You'll hear it. It's audible, and you can feel it. This one here, when you actually shoot and goes back, you can't really feel it reset. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's just different. So when I was shooting and coming up, it's just like you got to learn right where it is and come back. Because you can come all the way out and back, of course, like a normal trigger. But when you shoot and you're going to a reset, it's not audible. It's not even really a click. It's like it rolls into it really smooth, and then you can just shoot. So shooting really continuous rounds, if you're worried about splits and all that stuff like competition people are, I give two craps of a care about that. I just want to know where this trigger is, where I can get back to it as quick as I can. Mine's more defensive use and defensive teachings. I don't care about the competition side of it. Never have. But this trigger is really nice. I mean, you just hit it, go right back a little bit, and go right to it. There's really no feeling for it. You'll get a little bit of a wall there. You'll have to learn to feel for that. It's really good. I really think that they've done their work on this particular gun here. And if they went to this gun totally on their line, I wouldn't be mad about it. This is a really, really good gun. But for $1,900 with shipping and all that BS, it should be really good. But they've done their homework on this one. It's a really good gun. You guys will have fun with it. But give me a little bit. We'll tear into this trigger and see what it looks like. All right, everybody. Decided to add a little bit to this. I took the trigger out of the gun. It is quite a bit different. So I'll put it right here so you guys can see it. You can see how the trigger bar connects. It's got a rod that goes all the way through it to this side. But if you take a look, the spring for the trigger is in the back of it right there. It's internal inside this trigger. And if you look right up here, let me find a good way. There you go, you can kind of see it. Right here, you can see that bar. There you go. Kind of rotate it slowly so it stays in focus. You can see it right here, that it goes inside there. And if I pull it out there you go, really see it right there. It's got a whole different trigger spring setup. I'm assuming if I push this in right here, because it does move, that I can disengage this trigger bar from the trigger and this pin here, of course. But I'm not going to do it. I really like this trigger. So there is the M&P HD trigger. It's an aluminum trigger. It's got an internal spring in the trigger here with a bar that comes from the spring to the trigger bar. Again, let's show you right there. There's a good view of it right there that connects to the trigger bar there. And then there's your spring in the back side of it. I'm not going to take all that out right now. Maybe in the future I'll do that when I really clean it. But because it looks like I can push that all the way through and it will come out. In fact, while you're here, let's see what, don't know if I'm going to do it, but let's try. Yeah, it looks like you can push it out and it'll go there. That'll be for a future video when we actually do a deep cleaning on this after I run the hell out of it tonight. We'll see you guys later. Bye. And by the way, this comes out in the end fairly easy. Hey everyone, welcome back. We're at the range today with the Smith & Wesson, the Metal HD, the new one that just come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this mag of full metal jackets. I'll do a little slow fire, then I'll do some rapid fire. And just so you guys can see this, to me, this thing shoots really nice. It's better for the amount of money, but it shoots really nice. So here we go. Here goes the double check, full metal jacket. We are ready to go. I'm going to step back so you guys can see more of the gun. One thing I do notice about this is I'm going to unload it real quick. We will take the round out of it, drop it. Because when I run the trigger to the wall, it's really gritty. I'm going to polish that trigger bar at a later date. But just from here to there, you can really feel it. It's a little gritty. I wish they would have done a little bit better job on that part of it, but other than that, it's really nice. Let's get back to shooting so you can see it. So here we go. All right, here we go. Now we'll move a little bit faster. Here we go. This thing shoots like a dream. I love it. So here goes some hollow points. Let's run these. Drop that slide. Here we go with hollow points. We'll do the same thing. A little slow, then we'll move it a little faster. Here we go. Nice. Like I said, can't beat this gun right now. Love the feel of this thing with the comp on it and everything, and the light. Really love it. Doesn't get all that hot. Love the colors of it. It's a nice shooting gun. So let's try this last mag just to dump it. In fact, I'm going to try something a little different. I really like this Smith & Wesson Metal. It's a really good gun, worth every penny. So if you're thinking about it, get you one. From my understanding, it's only being 3,000 being made. There it is. Sweet shooting gun. Probably my new shooter from going forward. You guys have a good day.